Have you ever truly listened? Not to the traffic outside your window, or the conversation in the next room, but to the noise inside your own head. There is a voice in there, isn't there? A constant commentator, narrating your life, judging, speculating, worrying, remembering. It tells you who you are, what you should have done, what you must do next. It has been with you for as long as you can remember. A radio station that never goes off the air, playing the endless song of me and my story. We spend our entire lives listening to this broadcast, believing every word. We mistake the announcer for our very self. But what if I told you there is something else, something vaster, something deeper, a presence that was here before the first thought ever arose and will be here long after the last one fades? A silence. Not an empty silence, not a void, but a living, intelligent stillness. A space. Think of the sky. Is the sky the clouds that drift through it? Or is it the infinite, unchanging blue that holds the clouds, that allows them to come and go without being diminished by them? Your thoughts, your emotions, the voice of the narrator, they are just clouds. You are the sky, and for most of your life, you have been so fascinated by the shapes of the clouds that you have forgotten the boundless expanse of your own being. Right now, just for this moment, can you feel it? Don't try to stop your thoughts. That is just another thought, another struggle. Simply become aware that they are there, and then notice the space around them, the quiet gap between one thought and the next, the stillness underneath the surface noise. Can you listen to that? It's subtle at first. The mind will rush in and say, "This is boring. What's the point? I'm not doing it right." And that too is just another cloud passing through the vast sky. Let it pass. Return your attention not to the content of your mind, but to the container, the awareness itself. In that simple, gentle shift of attention, something profound begins to happen. You stop being the prisoner of your own mind. You become the quiet observer. This silence is not weak. It is the source of all power. It is not empty. It is full of life, of peace, of an intelligence far beyond the cleverness of the thinking mind. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. Its presence is louder, more fundamental than any thought that could ever arise within it. When you begin to find this inner space, you are coming home. You are finding the part of you that was never born and will never die. The part of you that is not a story, but the very paper on which all stories are written. So I ask you again, can you listen? Not with your ears, but with your whole being. Listen to the silence that is listening to you right now. And the mind will rush in, of course. It will label this silence nothing. It will say, I am thinking about silence, therefore I am not silent. It is clever, you see. It tries to turn awareness into another concept, another thought to be possessed. But this silence cannot be thought about. It can only be felt. It is the background to every thought, the canvas upon which your entire life is painted. Imagine you are watching a film. Your awareness is the vast, empty screen. The thoughts, the emotions, the sensations, they are the images projected onto it. A thrilling scene, a sad one, a boring one. The movie is constantly changing, full of drama and colour. We are so captivated by the story on the screen that we forget we are the screen. The screen is never harmed by the fire in the movie. It is never wet from the rain. It is never altered by the hero's victory or the villain's defeat. It simply allows it all to be. Your personal story, everything you believe yourself to be, your successes, your failures, your wounds, your hopes, that is the movie. It is a compelling film, no doubt. But it is not you. Who are you, then? You are the space in which that movie unfolds. So where do you find this space? You don't have to retreat to a mountain cave. You can find it right now, in the space between two breaths. Can you feel that? Feel the air enter your body. And in the pause before it leaves, there it is, the stillness. When you wash your hands, can you just feel the sensation of the water, without the mind's commentary? When you look at a flower, can you truly see it for a single moment, before the mind labels it rose, pretty, dying? In these tiny gaps of non-thinking, the door to the silent presence opens. This is not an escape from life. It is the opposite. It is an entry into life, fully and completely, for the first time. The thinking mind filters reality. It reduces the infinite wonder of the present moment to a set of labels and judgments based on the past. I like this. I don't like that. This reminds me of, to live in the silence is to remove that filter. It is to experience the world directly, with the freshness of a newborn child. The problems are still there. The challenges of life do not disappear. But you are no longer lost in the story about the problem. You are anchored in a deep inner stillness that is untouched by the turbulence on the surface. You meet life not from the contracted state of a worried mind, but from the spaciousness of pure presence. This is why the silence is louder than any thought. A thought of resistance, of anger, of fear, is a frantic, desperate shout. This shouldn't be happening. I need things to be different. What if? It is a storm in a teacup. The silence, however, is the vastness of the ocean. It doesn't need to shout. It simply holds the storm. It allows the waves to rise and fall, knowing that its own deep peace is never disturbed. Consider the nature of your own suffering. Is it ever caused by the moment itself, or is it always caused by your mind's commentary about the moment? You are caught in the rain. The rain is simply water falling from the sky. It is a neutral fact. The suffering comes from the thought, my day is ruined, I will get sick, this is so inconvenient. The story is the source of the pain, not the water. What if you could stand in the rain and just feel the sensation of the drops on your skin, without the narrative? What would be left of the suffering? You are not being asked to like the rain. You are not being asked to pretend it is sunshine. This is not about positive thinking. That is just replacing one layer of thought with another. This is about something far more radical. It is about dropping below the level of thought altogether. It is about saying yes to what is. Not a verbal yes, but an inner allowing, an opening. You allow the moment to be exactly as it is, because it already is. Your resistance is a futile argument with reality, and reality always wins. When you argue with what is, you lose. But you only ever lose 100% of the time. This allowing is the end of self-created drama. Relationships transform. You begin to see others not through the screen of your past judgments and future expectations, but as they are in this moment. You listen. Truly listen, not with the intention to reply, but with the spaciousness of your presence. In that silent space, true connection becomes possible. Fear, which lives exclusively in thoughts about the future, begins to dissolve. Look at this moment. Right now. In the simple reality of this instant, stripped of all mental projection, is there fear? Is there a problem? Or is there just this breath, this sound, this sensation? In the stillness of the now, you find your refuge. It is the only place where life ever truly happens, and it is always, always available. You just have to stop thinking you are somewhere else. And what is this somewhere else that you think you are? It is a place constructed entirely by the mind, a place called My Life Story. It is a ghost, woven from the threads of memory and the phantoms of the future. This ghost is what you have come to call myself. It is the me that was hurt in the past, the me that worries about tomorrow, the me that needs to achieve something to finally be okay. But this self is not solid. It has no substance. If you look for it, where is it? It is a collection of thoughts, nothing more. This thought-created self cannot survive in the present moment. The ego, that small, fearful sense of a separate me, is allergic to the now. It needs time. It feeds on the past, its grievances, its regrets, its glories. And it projects itself into the future, its hopes, its anxieties, its endless search for completion. For the ego, the present moment is either a means to an end, something to get through, or an enemy to be overcome. It is never enough. It is never the destination. But the past is gone. It exists only as a memory trace in your mind, an image you are activating now. The future has not yet arrived. It exists only as a mental projection, a thought you are thinking now. The only reality you will ever experience is this moment. All of your power, all of your life is contained within it. When you realize this, not just intellectually, but as a felt reality, you step out of the dream of psychological time. This doesn't mean you stop making plans or learning from the past. You still use clock time to schedule an appointment or boil an egg. But you are no longer a slave to psychological time. The ceaseless inner monologue of regret and anticipation that creates all human unhappiness. Your action is no longer driven by anxiety or craving. Instead, it arises from the stillness of presence. An action that flows from this space has a different quality. It is intelligent, creative, and powerful because it is aligned with the flow of life itself, not in conflict with it. Can you feel the difference? Right in this moment, without moving, can you feel the energy inside your hands? Not just the surface skin, but the aliveness within them. Can you feel the subtle vibration of life in your feet, your legs, your entire body? That feeling is your anchor to the now. It is presence made tangible. That is the life that the mind is always trying to tell a story about. But you don't need the story. You can feel the life directly. That aliveness has no problems. It is just is. And when you are rooted there, you are free. Free from the heavy burden of me. But the mind will immediately ask, if I am not my story, then who am I? If I let go of this me, will I not become an empty shell? Will I lose my personality, my uniqueness? This is the ego's greatest fear, annihilation. It believes that without its continuous stream of thinking, you would cease to exist. But here lies the most beautiful paradox. You do not lose yourself. You find yourself. What you lose is an illusion of self. What you find is the essence of your being. Your personality, your skills, the unique flavor of your form, they do not vanish. On the contrary, they begin to flourish. They are no longer constricted by the fear and the neediness of the ego. They become a pure expression of the life that flows through you. Think of an artist. When does true creativity happen? Is it when the mind is anxiously striving, comparing itself to others, worrying about the outcome? Or is it in those moments of flow, when the I seems to disappear and something greater takes over? In those moments, the artist is not thinking, now I will make a brushstroke. The artist is the brushstroke. The thinking mind steps aside, and creativity, which is an attribute of the silent, universal intelligence, moves through them. The mind is a wonderful tool for planning the exhibition or buying the paint, but the art itself comes from a place beyond thought. The personality isn't erased. It becomes the unique channel, the filter through which the formless finds form. The same is true of love. What the ego calls love is often a mixture of possession, dependency, and a deep-seated fear of being alone. It is a transactional relationship. I will love you as long as you make me feel good about myself. This love can turn to hate in an instant, because its opposite is always hiding just beneath the surface. But when you are rooted in the silent presence, you can sense that same presence, that same aliveness in another. Love is no longer something you get from someone. It is the recognition of your shared essence. It is a state of being. It is the spaciousness that allows the other person to be who they are, without the demand that they fulfill the needs of your egoic story. This is the love that has no opposite, because what is the opposite of stillness? What is the opposite of a deep inner peace that simply is? So do not be afraid to let go of the story. You are not the small, fragile character in the tale. You are the consciousness that perceives the tale. And from that space of pure awareness, your life takes on a quality of peace and power that the striving mind could never achieve. Your actions are no longer reactions. Your love is no longer a contract. Your existence is no longer a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. And yet, you might feel this peace now, a clarity in this moment. And then the pull comes back, doesn't it? The familiar current of unease, of anxiety, of an old sadness. It rises up from seemingly nowhere and reclaims you. The commentator in your head starts its broadcast again, louder this time, telling you that this stillness was just a temporary illusion, and this heavy feeling is the true reality. Do not be discouraged by this. This is part of the awakening. What you are feeling is the accumulated pain of the past, both your own and the collective pain of humanity. It is an energy field, a shadow self that lives within you. It is made of thought and emotion. And for most of your life, you have been completely identified with it. You believed you were that unhappiness. Now, as the light of your consciousness grows stronger, this dormant energy awakens. It feels threatened. Your presence is its enemy. Your stillness is the one thing it cannot tolerate. Because this shadow self, this pain body, can only feed on your unconsciousness. It thrives on negative thinking. It loves drama. It will do anything to pull you back into identification with it, to make you believe that you are the sad story it tells. It will project an image onto the person in front of you and create conflict. It will dredge up a memory from 20 years ago and make you suffer it all over again. It is a masterful storyteller, and its favourite subject is your victimhood. So when it rises, what do? You do nothing. You do not fight it. Fighting it only gives it more energy. You do not run from it. You cannot escape yourself. Instead, you turn towards it with your awareness. You shine the light of your presence on it. Don't think about it. The moment you think about it, you have become it again. Instead, feel it. Feel the energy directly as a pure sensation in your body. Is it a tightness in your chest? A knot in your stomach? A heaviness in your limbs? Stay with that sensation. Breathe into it. Give it space. Do not label it my anger or my sadness. The moment you drop the my, you break the identification. It is simply energy. It is an old, painful cloud passing through the vast sky of your being. By feeling it fully, without resistance, you are not giving in to it. You are transmuting it. The light of your conscious attention is the most powerful transformative agent in the universe. The pain cannot survive it. It may not dissolve immediately, but you have severed its link to your mind. You are no longer feeding it with your thoughts. You have become the silent witness to the pain, not the person who is in pain. And in that shift, everything changes. You have found your invincibility. This is the end of seeking. Have you noticed that the mind is always in a state of becoming? It is always looking for the next moment, the next achievement, the next person, the next experience to complete itself, to finally make you happy. When I get that job, then I'll be at peace. When I find the right partner, then my life will truly begin. When I solve this problem, then I can relax. It is a future-oriented trap, and it guarantees a life of perpetual dissatisfaction. Because even if you get what you want, the mind will not stay satisfied for long. The goalpost will simply move. The search itself is the problem. The seeking implies that what you are looking for is not already here. It reinforces the illusion that you are incomplete, that you are lacking something. But what you are truly seeking is not out there in the world of form. What you are truly seeking is the peace that comes from being yourself. And you are already yourself. You have never not been yourself. You have only been distracted by the noise of your mind, lost in the dream of who you thought you should be. The treasure you are seeking is the seeker. So, the invitation is this: stop. Stop trying to get somewhere else. Stop trying to improve yourself. The self you are trying to improve is the thought-created ego, and it is a phantom. There is nothing to fix. There is only this moment to be with. This very moment is your destination. Can you accept it just as it is? Not with resignation, but with a deep inner alignment. If there is joy, allow the joy. If there is turmoil, allow the turmoil. If there is boredom, allow the boredom. Whatever arises in the field of your awareness, let it be. In this simple act of allowing, you step out of the river of compulsive thinking and onto the bank. You can still see the river flowing, the thoughts rushing by, but you are no longer being carried away by the current. You are rooted in the stillness of your own presence. This is not passivity. This is the source of all intelligent action. From this space of clarity, you can see what is needed, and you act. But the action is free from the frantic, fearful energy of the ego. It is calm, precise, and effective. Look around you now. Notice the light in the room. Notice the shapes, the colours, without naming them. Hear the sounds that are present, without judging them as good or bad. Feel the quiet aliveness in your own body. This is it. This is the miracle of life that the mind is always overlooking in its rush to get to a more important future moment. But there are no more important moments. There is only this one. And this one is eternal. This one is enough. By being fully present, you are not just living, you are the life that lives. You are the silence in which the universe happens. This can be a frightening realization for the ego. If I am not seeking, what will I do? If there is no grand future goal to strive for, what is the point of my life? It sees this stillness as an end to ambition, a kind of death. But the point of your life is not a destination you arrive at someday in the future. The point of your life is always now. Your true purpose has two dimensions. The secondary, outer purpose is what you do. It is your work, your family, your goals in the world of form. This changes over time. You might be a parent for one phase of your life, a student in another, an artist in a third. This is the horizontal dimension of your life, the unfolding journey through time. The ego is obsessed with this dimension. It believes that your worth and identity are defined by your achievements on this horizontal plane. But there is a primary inner purpose. This purpose never changes. It is to awaken. It is to be the space of presence in whatever you are doing. It is to align yourself with the vertical dimension of the timeless now. This is your most essential task. And here is the secret. When you make the inner purpose your priority, your outer purpose unfolds with an ease and intelligence you could never have manufactured through struggle and effort. When your sense of self is no longer derived from what you do, you are free to do things with a new quality of care, attention, and love. You wash the dishes not just to get them done, but because the act of washing dishes is the entire universe expressing itself in this moment. The feeling of the warm water, the sound of the plates, the simple movements of your hands. This becomes a meditation. There is no stress because you are not trying to be anywhere else. You are wholly there. What is the quality of your doing when it is infused with being? It is no longer a means to an end, it becomes an end in itself. Your interaction with a cashier is not a transaction to be rushed through. It is a moment of human connection, an opportunity to acknowledge the consciousness in another. Your work is no longer a desperate scramble for validation or security. It becomes a creative play, an offering. You act not from a place of lack, but from a place of fullness. And the universe responds to that fullness. Opportunities arise, creativity flows, and right action happens spontaneously, without the frantic deliberation of an anxious mind. So I ask you, what is your primary purpose in this very moment? It is not to understand these words. It is to be the silent awareness that is hearing them. It is to feel the breath moving in your body. It is to be still. From that stillness, everything else will flow. Your life ceases to be a problem to be solved and becomes a dance. And you are not the dancer separate from the music. You are the dance itself. This dance is not always easy. The world of form is a world of polarities, of flux, of constant change. A moment of peace is followed by a challenge. A feeling of connection gives way to a sense of separation. The mind sees this and says, "See, it didn't work. The peace is gone. I am back where I started." It concludes that the stillness is fragile and life is a struggle. But what if the challenge is not an interruption of the peace? What if it is part of the dance itself? The music changes from a slow, gentle melody to a dramatic, powerful crescendo. Can you still dance? Or do you freeze, resisting the new rhythm, longing for the old one to return? Here we touch upon the deepest practice of all. It is a word the ego misunderstands completely. That word is surrender. To the ego, to surrender is to give up, to lose, to be defeated. It is the ultimate failure. But this is a profound misinterpretation. True surrender is not weakness. It is the source of incredible strength. It is not giving up, it is giving over. Giving over to a power and intelligence that is far greater than the limited mind. Imagine a powerful river. The ego is the small, frantic swimmer trying to fight the current, trying to swim upstream to a destination it has decided is better. It is an exhausting, impossible struggle. The swimmer is constantly afraid, constantly battling the force of the river, growing weaker by the moment. Surrender is the wisdom to stop fighting. You simply let go. You turn and float, allowing the current to carry you. At first, this is terrifying for the swimmer Where will it take me? I will lose control. I will crash against the rocks. But what you discover is that the river has its own intelligence. It knows the way. The moment you stop resisting, you become one with the power of the river itself. The struggle ceases. A deep ease enters your life. You are no longer a fragmented part fighting against the whole. You are the whole, moving as one. What are you resisting in your life right now? A situation? A person? A feeling within you? Notice the inner contraction, the subtle no to what is. That no is the source of your suffering. It is you trying to swim against the river of this moment. What would happen if, just for an instant, you dropped the mental story about the situation and simply allowed the feeling of it to be there? What if you said an inner yes to the isness of this moment? You are not saying yes to being a victim. You are not saying that the situation is good. You are saying yes to reality. And in that surrender, a new space opens up. A clarity emerges. And from that clarity, a new and intelligent action may arise. An action that is in harmony with the whole, not in conflict with it. You discover that the river you are fighting was never your enemy. It was always trying to carry you home. And this home is not a place. It is the formless stillness that you are. It is the awareness in which the entire river of your life unfolds. When you are rooted in that, you are home, no matter where you are or what is happening. The outer circumstances of your life can be turbulent. The waves can be high, but the depths of the ocean remain profoundly still. You begin to realize that you are both. You are the wave, the unique expression of form, living its brief, beautiful, and sometimes painful life. And you are the ocean, the timeless, formless essence from which all waves arise and to which they all return. For a lifetime, you have identified exclusively with the wave. You have been caught in its personal drama, its fears of crashing against the shore, its desperate clinging to its momentary shape. The awakening is the realization that you are the ocean. This is not a belief. It is not a comforting idea to cling to. It is a direct experience. It is the feeling of your own presence, your own being, which is deeper than any thought or emotion. When you know yourself as this, the fear of death begins to lose its hold. How can the ocean fear the dissolution of a single wave? The form changes, of course. The wave rises, crests, and dissolves back into the whole. The body is born, and the body will die. But who you are in your essence, the consciousness that is looking out through your eyes right now, was never born. It will never die. It is the light of the world. So, live your life as a wave. Dance your unique dance. Experience the joys and the sorrows of form fully. Do not deny your humanity, but know in the silent depth of your being that you are the ocean. Let this knowing pervade everything you do. When you speak to another person, see the ocean looking back at you through their eyes. When you face a challenge, feel the vast, unshakable power of the ocean within you. When you experience loss, feel the wave of your grief dissolving back into the boundless peace of your own true nature. There is nothing left to achieve. There is no one you need to become. You are already complete. You are already whole. The journey was never about finding something that was lost. It was always about remembering what was never lost in the first place. It was about waking up from the dream of being a separate, fragmented self and realizing the magnificent, silent truth of who you have always been. The universe is not outside of you. You are not a small part of the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself for a little while as a human being. So be still and listen. The silence is calling you home.